Boys, just about to check out the downtown Wisconsin Dells area for a few seconds here today. Now, right off in front of us there, you can see that big double-decker wrought iron railroad bridge. That is the Kilbourne Railroad Bridge over there in front of us. Now, it's called the Kilbourne Railroad Bridge because the city wasn't originally called the Wisconsin Dells. It started out its life as a town named Kilbourne City. It was founded way back in the year 1857 by the guy who used to own the Milwaukee Lacrosse Railroad, a guy named Byron C. Kilbourne. Pretty wealthy guy, and he really liked naming things after himself, so he named the whole town after himself: the railroad bridge, the hydroelectric dam, Kilbourne, Kilbourne, Kilbourne. The original mascot of the high school team here in town was the Kilbourne City Fighting Kilbourne, so that was kind of weird up until the year 1931 when they decided to change the name of the town to the Wisconsin Dells. Now, this bridge you see right in front of us here is not the original one that Mr. Kilbourne built. The first bridge he built back in the year 1857 was made out of white pine. That did not last a real long time. That got struck by lightning and burned down a few years after he built it. So naturally, the second bridge that he built, he also built out of white pine. That one burned down too. So this one right here is actually the third time around. He kind of got a little bit smarter in the year 1903, built this one out of wrought iron. It's been here ever since, well over 100 years old. And it is still used today by the Canadian Pacific Railway as well as Amtrak. Now, way off in front of the bridge there, downstream, you can see another concrete structure. That is the Kilbourne Hydroelectric Dam. It's got a couple of white poles sticking out of the top there, a little yellow fence on top there as well. Now, when Byron Kilbourne built the hydroelectric dam in the year 1909 here in the Wisconsin Dells, that pretty drastically changed the landscape for us here, raised the water level by about 20 feet or so. So if you guys go back and look at any of the old-time black and white photos of the Dells rock formations before the hydroelectric dam, here in the upper Dells anyways, you'd be able to see a lot more of the exposed rock than you can here today. A little view of the downtown Wisconsin Dells area above the tree line there. Now, this city remained the city of Kilbourne up until the year 1931. They decided to change it to the Wisconsin Dells. A little bit more appropriate name, if you ask me anyways. The word Wisconsin and Wisconsin Dells comes from an old Chippewa Native American word that means land of dark flowing water. So that kind of makes sense with the dark color of the river water here. And the word Dells comes from the French fur traders who were first coming through this area back in the 1700s. Comes from the French Dalle, which roughly translates as land of overpriced gift shops and water parks. So that kind of makes sense too. I'm just kidding. The word Dalle actually translates as flat slabs of rock or flat layered rock. And we've seen a lot of that flat layered rock here on today's tour. There's some on either side of the boat right now. This stuff is called Precambrian Potsdam sandstone. And if you look real close, you can see each one of those individual layers of sandstone represents about 5,000 years of pressure from the Cambrian Sea, just compressing and compacting sand into sandstone. So if you got out a calculator and a notebook, added up all those separate layers together, you'd be able to determine that this rock is really, really old. About 500 million years old, actually. I got out some scuba gear, and I did that last night. It took about 7.5 hours, but I did finally get the results that I was looking for. Now, you'll also notice in some spots the trees are actually growing right out of the side of the rocks themselves. Now, the reason they're able to do that is this particular type of sandstone absorbs a lot of moisture, and it's really soft. It's kind of like a big sponge, so the trees don't necessarily need a lot of topsoil. They can just take their roots right into the really soft sandstone and get all the moisture and nutrients and all that good stuff that they need without any topsoil whatsoever.